Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my channel. Thank you for being here. I am Carissy. Nice to meet you. And I am a mom, a wife, and a former big back. Well, I'm still a little big back, but I used to be 350 lbs. I am not anymore. And I got some stuff to say about the HAES movement and the fat acceptance community, so I decided to start my channel. I am a huge fan of Honey Bison, and when I saw her reacting to this post on Instagram, I really uh, was inspired and I had some thoughts too. So I thought that what better way to start my channel than do my very first video on a really big creator, it seems like, of the fat acceptance movement, Fierce Fatty. Hey, how you doing? And react to the 49 benefits of being fat. I know all the benefits because I was and I still am a little bit chunky, but I definitely was fat. So I should know all the benefits, and I want to see if I agree or not. Now, Honey Bison did an amazing job, just with all the resources and stuff. She's always so thorough, and I hope to one day be as thorough as she is. But baby steps, first video. So, let's jump into it. Let's go. Thanks for being here, and let's have some fun. This is Fierce Fatty and the 49 benefits of being fat. Of course, the disclaimer is at the beginning. If you're here, you've seen Honey Bison's video, and you already know what it says. Pretty much just not every fat person is going to agree with this. Not all fat people are the same, blah, 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 blah. There's a bunch of resources, which great job doing research, but a lot of the studies that are presented in her source page or her researches are cherry-picked information or not peer-reviewed studies. And yeah, Honey Bison did a great job at pointing out all the medical misinformation. And I hope to one day be as good as she is. Let's get into it. Now, one is the bigot filter. Body naturally screens out fat haters. Maybe so, maybe so. I would imagine people that do not like fat people would probably not want to hang out or talk to fat people, but who knows? Maybe people love watching the content, right? So maybe people like hate talking or hate hanging out with you too. You never know. Soft and cozy. Strong. I am way stronger now that I've been lifting weights than I ever was being morbidly obese. However, mass is mass, and I do know that because I did weigh so much, I am able to lift a lot heavier than I probably would have if I started in like a smaller body. Number 4, curves / fat rolls and movement can make dancing look extra fluid or dramatic. And again, maybe so. Seems a little subjective, but I could argue that there's probably a lot of dance moves that you could not do depending on your curves or fat rolls. That may prohibit you in some movements, but hey, good job getting out there. Good job getting out there. Number 5, great for those with social anxiety. People are less likely to talk to you. Now she did mention, or they did mention that not everyone will find benefits to these, and people not talking to you could be not seen as a benefit to a lot of people. But yes, if you have social anxiety, I feel like that's thrown around a lot because I'm not sure how you can have social anxiety and post yourself all over line all the time for millions of people to see. But yeah, people not talking to you, like, could be a benefit. Stronger bones, less risk of osteoporosis, and better survival from hip fractures. I mean, yeah, but you probably are a lot more likely to get a hip fracture if you fall in a larger body. A lot bigger risk of injury, I would imagine. 7, the body is a built-in weighted blanket for loved ones who like or need compression. Ew. 8, a better outcome for post-surgery. Now, this may be true. There are a lot of downsides to having to have surgery in a bigger body. There's a lot of risk that comes with, there's high risk of a respiratory infection after surgery, wounds opening up, not to mention the higher risk complications with anesthesia as well. So there's argument for both sides. 9, they increase survival from cancers plus lower incidences of cancer and other conditions such as COPD, fatalities from infectious diseases, premature birth, menopause, scoliosis, type 1 diabetes, and UTIs. Again, there's so much counter evidence to disprove that. There is some supporting evidence, but the leading cause of death in America is heart disease, and a huge risk factor for that is obesity. Number 10, fat pads help our bodies function. That's true. Being underestimated and sometimes being able to surprise people. That does not just go for fat people. There are plenty of men, women, people of color, people of other disabilities that are often underestimated and sometimes being able to surprise people. It is not just a benefit of being fat. It is a human experience. 12, easy to find in a crowd. Most of America, at least, is overweight, so it may not be as easy to find people in a crowd if everyone is fat. So, 13, more tattoo space. Yes, there is more tattoo space, and if you're okay with your tattoos possibly being able to be, or your tattoos being stretched out, if you are okay with your tattoos not looking how they originally looked or how you imagine them to look in your head, you didn't see the vision, then yeah, you have more tattoo space. 14, we are the tank division in protest, and fat people can use their bodies or body weight to disrupt, especially helpful if using a mobility scooter. Or, now, just hear me out here. I'm just saying that we could just take like iPad screens and put them on the scooter. You know, if you guys end up bedridden or something, due to all the over consuming, and you could just like telecommute in. How's that?
Greetings, friends.
15. Fat bodies are better for snow sledding, as weight equals more downspeed hill. 16. More energy reserve during illness. Number 17. Built-in community radar, easier to find other fat folk or allies in spaces. Again, not every fat person wants to be fat or wants to be a part of the fat acceptance movement or the HAES movement. So your radar might be a little off. Just because you see a fat person, you can't assume that they want to be a part of the movement or they're okay with just being okay. Some people do want to better themselves or want to live a life where they are pushing themselves and challenging themselves and being healthy. Some people do strive for that. Number 18, a great counterweight for balancing things like ladders, canoes, or activities like tug of war. 19, decreased mortality. 20, pregnancy and delivery can be easier. Now, in my experience, like I said, I am a mom. Pregnancy and delivery was not easy for me. I had a really hard time getting pregnant. We had a lot of miscarriages in our 6-year journey with fertility, and my weight was a contributing factor to my miscarriages, was a contributing factor to my pregnancy being a high risk one, and delivery was not easier. They actually couldn't monitor my baby from the outside of my body because of all of my weight and skin hanging down on my like apron belly. They couldn't get the monitors on, so they actually had to monitor her internally, which caused me to have to be on bed rest through the entire delivery, and it made it a lot more difficult. Well, the delivery itself was easy, however, the laboring was not. Number 21, being a part of the fat community. Again, not everyone wants to be a part of your community. Not everyone is okay with being overweight, with giving up, and just saying, well, I can't control it. Not everyone's okay with that. 22, a lower death risk after hip fracture. Number 23, harder to kidnap is a joke, I guess. I don't know why we're joking about kidnapping, but sure. 24, environmentally friendly. Less bathwater needed to fill the tub. Or you just don't clean yourself as much, maybe. I'm sorry, that's mean. I know. I'm not talking about you, if you're fat. I'm just saying I wasn't as clean when I was bigger. Maybe that's just a depression thing, but yeah, I don't know. 25, our bodies are a physical representation of resistance against anti-fat bias and diet culture. Yes, yes, clock it. 26, more lap space for pets to curl up. 27, great to have sex with. mom, I know you're watching this. Kids, if you're out there, you're muffs. I did not enjoy sex as much when the bigger I was. I was really self-conscious. There were a lot of positions that we couldn't get into, and yeah, well, we're all adults here, right? We're doing all right now. It's good now. 28, better survival from certain diseases such as coronary artery disease, pneumonia, chronic kidney disease, colorectal cancer. Yes, but being overweight does give you a higher risk of getting certain diseases and cancers as well. 29, increased wind resistance. 30, built-in storage for items between stomach rolls. 31, empathy and increased awareness and understanding of bigotry. I find that really hard to believe. I've watched a lot of videos of fat acceptance creators, and you guys don't seem, a lot of them do not seem like they have a lot of empathy or increased awareness for people that want to change their health or want to change their body, or people that are other side of the spectrum. It's easy to have empathy and increased awareness for people that you already agree with, but where you really stretch that muscle of empathy and awareness is being able to empathize with people that are different than you. 32, easier to apply testosterone gel. Like, okay. 33, adipose tissue is one of the body's most active and dynamic organs, producing hormones, communicating with organs, regulating temperature and immunity, cushioning organs and joints, and supporting metabolic functions. Yes, but adipose tissue can overproduce hormones, causing women to not get their period, causing fertility issues, for example. 34, safety cushion for organs, joints, and bones. Like, you literally just said that. 35, increased resilience from surviving discrimination. Discrimination where? 36, mental health, lower rates of schmoozard. My mental health was at its worst, at its worst when I was bigger. The bigger I was, the worse my mental health was, and there is a direct correlation with weight and mental health. Direct correlation. So that's just a lie. 37, visually interesting. Fat bodies are made of waves and honey, and everybody's different. Absolutely, everybody is different. Visually interesting is a really weird benefit, considering that, like, a few pages ago, you literally said, great for social anxiety. Yeah, great for those with social anxiety. People talk to you less. So you'd like people to talk to you less, but just stare at your body? That would freak me out. 38. Staying fat versus losing weight associated with reduced mortality and cardiovascular disease. Yes, weight cycling is a problem and it can cause a lot of issues. However, staying in a morbidly obese body or continuing to grow your body as time goes on is devastatingly worse than you trying to take on healthier habits to try to take control of your health. 39, more likely to survive disasters. Like, what does that even mean? 40, keeps us warm or just makes you extremely hot and pissed off in the summer. For me, at least. Able to hide pregnancy longer. Again, I can speak to this one because I am a mother. So when I got pregnant and we had tried so long to have a baby, it was not a benefit for me personally. I felt really bad that I couldn't see that I was pregnant, or I couldn't show, like, oh, this is my 3-month bump. It just looked like I was more fat. It didn't look like a baby bump. It wasn't like, oh, cute. I didn't get to take all the cute pictures. Like, I felt like something was taken away from me because of my size. And I mean, yes, you were able to hide your pregnancy longer, but not everyone wants that. So I would not see that as a benefit for me, but I can see how a lot of people would. Just not my personal experience. Number 42, often memorable to people you meet. Physical distinctiveness makes first impressions stick. I mean, that's arguable as well, like I said, and like you can see in the research, most of America is fat. So if you're in America, you're used to seeing overweight bodies. You're not used to seeing healthy bodies or strong bodies in real life, just walking down the street. It's not the norm, at least. But, you know, you teach their own, I guess. It's what it is. 43, recover more quickly when hospitalized from the panorama. for this, like, the obese people are one of the main people affected by this. Like children, elderly, obese people. That's, and Honey Bison says in her videos, that is one, that's like the reason she decided to start losing weight, because she didn't want to get it. So that just, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And if you're not able to move around and like get your lungs going and using them and get your heart rate up, you are not going to recover quicker from COVID. 44 buoyancy, 45 momentum advantage in some sports like roller derby or rugby. You could also, yeah, that could also just be muscle. You don't have to grow your body with excess fat. 46, fat bodies are counterculture and iconic. 47, belly shell for snacks. Ew. 48, paintball advantage. Pellets may bounce without bursting. 49, fat joy, living without shame. And while that may be true for some, again, that is not my experience. I was in a lot of shame, lots and lots and lots of shame. The bigger I was, I would eat in secret. I would use Facetune on pictures of my body. Like, people didn't know that I was fat. Like, yeah, I had a lot of shame. But it's not everyone's experience. That was just my experience. Now, as I was reading this and as I was watching Honey Bison's video, let me pull out my little notes here, I couldn't help but notice that so many of these benefits of being fat were actually calling fat people inanimate objects. And this is by a person who is very prominent in their community. Like, number 2, soft and cozy, like a blanket. Number 7, a weighted blanket for their family. 12, a beacon. 14, a tank. 15, a sled. 18, a counterweight. Literally. 26, a couch or a chair for pets. 30, a shelf or cabinet. 34, a safety cushion, aka an airbag. 44, a buoy or flotation device. 47, a shelf or table. 48, a riot shield. Like, almost 25% of these benefits are comparing fat people to literal objects. You are literally objectifying the people that you're supposed to be supporting and standing up for. Like, this is who you want to represent your community and your movement. Someone who thinks so little of you, someone who makes jokes about your size and like how big you are. You don't want the world to objectify you, and you say that you're so much than your body, and you're so much more than your stomach, and you're so much more than the weight, the number on the scale, or the number of the size of your clothes. But one of your people is literally comparing you to a tank, a flotation device, a blanket, a belly shelf for snacks. That's just making a caricature of fat people. And one of your lead people is doing that themselves. You teach people how to treat you. And this tells fat people who support her that it's okay. I want you to be treated like a human. Excuse me for thinking that you're a human and you deserve to be treated like a human and talked to like a human by people in this world that care about you on a human or humane level, and that are saying, hey, what you're doing to your body is not humane. It is not safe. It's not okay. That's what I want to do. And I follow creators that do that, like Honey Bison, like Angelica Unfiltered, Sunny Side Up Gal, and Amy Brooklyn Baby. Like, all of those ladies. We didn't start our channels because they know who I am.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
I didn't start this channel. I'm sure they didn't start their channel because they didn't care about fat people. We care. I care. And I care that there's so much misinformation out there. And I care that a leader in the fat acceptance community is posting things like this, letting people know that it's okay to be fat. It isn't. It's okay. Let me change this. It's okay to be fat. Now what? Acknowledge that you're fat. Okay. Now what? Now you're gonna give up? Now you're just gonna throw your hands in the air? No. You're gonna take care of yourself. You're gonna love yourself by treating yourself with kindness and respect and showing other people how to treat you. Not get into the mentality of, Well, I'm just a cozy weighted blanket for my family. I can't give up my snack shelf. Like, no, come on now. You're more than that. You're more than that. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, friend, for you. But I just thought it was interesting that almost 25% of these were comparing people to objects. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. Again, if you made it all the way here to the end, please let me know what you think. Follow me or subscribe, and let me know what I should do next or what you want to see more of. Let me know what your favorite benefit of being fat is. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. I look forward to reading any comment that's left. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a absolutely wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.